Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Jesus loves you. So I'm here at the Irish Hunger Memorial in Battery Park City in Manhattan, New York City. And this is a beautiful place. It's one of the hidden gems of New York City. I know many of them. I used to have a book and I used to just go visit these places. They're really cool spots in New York you would never know about. So this is one of them, right? So it's dedicated to the the famine that happened in Ireland, right? That we all learned about growing up. And if you go in here, it's the nice rolling hills of Ireland, and it's elevated, and you go into the wee tops, and you can see the bay, okay? And it's very beautiful. And honestly, it's like a slice of Ireland, right in the backyard, right in the big city. Now look at all around us, big buildings. Look at this. Right, that's the One World Trade Center right there. That's the new building that replaced the Twin Towers. Right, New York voted. They didn't want this. They wanted new Twin Towers, but they gave us this anyway. Right, now there's symbolism behind that that maybe we won't go into. It's a little bit conspiratorial, but there it is. Beautiful building. You know, it's the tallest building in New York City. It surpassed the Empire State, which was the biggest before. And look at that picture. Woo! The director in me is just, beaming right now. Look at this. Gorgeous. New York City is absolutely gorgeous, as we know. So I'm here visiting. So yeah, this is a beautiful place. If you guys ever come to New York, it's a cool little spot to check out. Now, right by here is a place called Teardrop Park, which is an awesome place to see also, which we're going to take a little walk to, and I'll show you guys that. As you can see here, there's it's just like you're back in Ireland, you're back in the homeland. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'd be like, out on the wily, windy moor, sweet roll and falling green. You had a temper like my jealousy. So this was dedicated in 2002, Irish Hunger Memorial. Super dope. And it's just one of the many, 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 many cool things in New York City. So this is all real grass. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got big, nice green grass stuff. It's kind of what it looks like on the side. As you can see, it's elevated. Yeah, it's super dope. I'm gonna hop up on this thing here. You guys can kind of see what it is. It kind of goes out. It's like a full city block long. It's closed right now, so I can't get up there, unfortunately. I could definitely hop it. Oh my gosh, I could literally hop it right here. What do you think? Should I go for it? I know you're all saying yes, but wow, look at that. And there's like that tree on the side. Very sick, very cool. So I'm gonna pause it and I'm gonna bring you guys to Teardrop Park if I can get in there. Let's check that out. Let's go. Okay guys, so before we do that, I want to just show you, there's the World Trade behind me, One World Trade. Such a dope picture. I just want to show you guys underneath the Irish Memorial, right? You have all this stuff, and it's like, I believe it's it says refugees report, which record among their dietary items chaff, grass, leaves, tree barks, roots, and many wild plants. Wow, this is what they had to eat, it seems. Back in the famine days. This thing is literally like right above my head, and this is right on the city street here, and you just walk and it's pretty wild. And then you can read all this, crowded workhouses of Ireland 1840s, or the crowded holds of the coffin ships. I don't know, there's a lot to read here. Henry Kissinger speech to the World Conference 1974. There's some poetry. I used to listen to Sinead O'Connor a lot. She was one of my favorite female vocalists. I really love female vocalists. You guys didn't know that? Just quickly give you my top fives, right? Kate Bush. I would say my top is Selena, probably Sade, Selena, Kate Bush, Bjork, and yeah, Sinead O'Connor somewhere in that. So anyway, she's Irish, obviously. She's from Ireland, and she was a Christian. She was Catholic. And she has a song called Famine, where she talks about that the famine wasn't actually natural, it was man-made. That the GOV of Britain, I believe, refused to give food to the Irish people, and they basically starved them. And she has a whole song about it, and it's a big rap. So yeah, now we're at the back of the Irish Hunger Memorial. Super cool, and as you can see, it's huge. Oh my gosh, look how high that is, right? Oh wow, and then you got the One World Trade right behind. So that is super high, right? Super cool when you got the whole city there. So you can walk, you know, you start on the street level, you hop up, you walk all the way up here, and it literally feels like you're in the middle of Ireland or some other beautiful, you know, rolling hills of the greenery around you. And behind me you have this beautiful view of the harbor. Beautiful. Look at it. Of course, you know we're repping Wu-Tang while we're in New York. Gotta do it. You got the old school street lamps. You know, it's kind of old school looking. New York has so much character. In my opinion, it's the greatest city in the world. Many people agree, and they've been to many different cities. The parks in New York are so sick, right? Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this pond. I'm hoping you guys can see it. It's a little dark here. Right, you got lily pads in the middle of New York City. It's so sick. You got young kids just chilling, like eating some Chinese food, you know what I'm saying? Or some chopped cheese. And there's this beautiful fountain here. Wow. So sick. That's what I'm talking about. That's why New York is so cool. Every square inch is used, you know, for culture. Everything is here. Every food, every kind of culture. Any kind of creative endeavors, right? I just went to the IFC to see a movie. It was, what did I see? Something with Josh Brolin from the 70s that took place in New York. It was pretty good. His daughter gets kidnapped. It's called The Night Juggler. And also I went to the Film Forum, another great independent foreign film place, and I saw Who Killed Teddy Bear? Wild movie from the 60s, 1965. And very deep psychological movie about trauma. So cool. So yeah, man, I'm here in New York, and I'm just taking you guys with me and showing you around. Again, let me know where you guys are from in the comments if you don't mind. I really love hearing where you guys are from. It's really cool to me, and I appreciate your support and that you're watching. And we have family everywhere. So honestly, there's just so much to do here that I'm not going to be able to even do like a portion, you know, like a quarter of it, but we're going to do what we can. We did a lot. You know, we went out to Coney Island. Today we were in Rockaway Beach, and went to Strawberry Fields, where John Lennon was unalived, and where Yoko lived in the Branford building across the street where Rosemary's Baby was filmed. And there they have what they call Strawberry Fields, which is in Central Park. It is a memorial for John Lennon. There's an Imagine piece of artwork on the sidewalk. Very nice. And there's always a street musician there playing Beatles. And so me and my friend were street musicians, and we went there and sang a bunch of Beatles songs and John Lennon songs. So yeah, pretty cool. Trying to go everywhere. We're going to hit up Jersey, go to the beach, of course, Jersey Shore, represent. I grew up going there as a kid. Very many great memories there, you know. I went to school out in Long Island, and then as soon as I graduated school, I moved to Brooklyn, Bay Ridge. Lived in Bay Ridge for a while. That was awesome. And then I moved to Kew Gardens, Queens. I lived in Astoria. I've lived in Staten Island. I've lived on Long Island. And so, yeah, I love New York. It's one of my favorite places in the world, if not my favorite place. Probably. You know, I feel God's presence here. There's a lot of churches, a lot of Christians. There's a lot of, it's hard to explain, but like spiritual energy. Just like, you know, God is here. And of course, God's everywhere, right? But there's just something about the East Coast, the Northeast. It's a very special place, you know. And I grew up like I was telling you guys, in New Jersey, and my dad used to take me to Yankee games in the Bronx, and we would like drive through, the neighborhoods, and I would see people outside like sitting on the stoops, drinking Guinness, and playing dominoes, in the middle of the night at like 2 a.m. when we got out of the game, and it's just like packed, and busting open the fire hydrants when it's hot in the summer, and because nobody has AC or whatever, or the AC units are not working and they're falling out the window, or you can't afford them, and they're just like busting open the fire hydrants, and kids are just like it's a water park, maybe they never get, once a year they get to go to a water park, if that, and here they are just like, in ecstatic ecstasy, just, in the middle of the humid, hot New York City summers, and just seeing that, it's just something else, how humanity thrives, and we find pleasure and joy everywhere, and also I grew up as I used to be a skateboarder. I used to skate, and seeing the skate parks like over in the Bronx, in by Yankee Stadium, right? And just being like a kid, like, yo, look at that skate park, it's so sick, because they were really nice. And then like seeing the curbs in New York City, they were all metal. In New Jersey, you gotta wax a curb for hours, just to make it real good, so you can grind on it. They got metal curbs everywhere I go. I'm like, this place is heaven, right? And so yeah, I got to move there as an adult, and I lived there for many, many years. Didn't have a car, didn't need a car, right? Saved lots of money that way. And man, this subway will take you anywhere in the city, any of the boroughs. You can meet famous people. I met Bjork on the street, who is, like I said, one of my favorite singers. I saw her in Coney Island play a show. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing, with Sigur Rós, which was another Icelandic band. And man, that was one of the best shows of my life. Very magical experience. And yeah, what was I saying about that? So yeah, I saw Bjork. I used to work in Manhattan, and I saw her on 34th. I'm trying to remember. I think it was like, yeah, it was probably like 34th and 8th. And she was walking across the street with her baby stroller, and she had rainbow stockings on. And I'm like, oh my God, it's Bjork. So I'm like stopped in the middle of the street, in the middle of the crosswalk, and she's just walking by with her head down, and I'm like, it's Bjork. Oh my God, it's Bjork. And I didn't say nothing to her. I just was frozen, Turned out a friend of mine worked at a massage place and a healing place in this nice section of Brooklyn. And my friend tells me one day, hey, guess who's one of my clients? Guess who came into my shop? Who? Bjork. What? So she had a house in Brooklyn. She loved New York City, man. She's from Iceland, as you guys probably know. Quirky singer, but her music is very unique. Her voice is very cool. It's definitely an acquired taste, just like Kate Bush. So yeah, man, I love this place. All the movies made about it. It's immortalized in songs and music and art, and in visual art and paintings and film. It's somewhat of an ancient place in a sense, right? This place has soul. You can feel it when you're here, right? People come from all around the world, come here, and it's just so special. And Jesus is here. And yeah, I used to be a Hare Krishna on these here streets right here, preaching the Hare Krishna message and chanting. I was doing it every day after work. I was working at a school for autistic kids in Manhattan, and it was like maybe 8 floors, and all the different ages. The little kids were on the bottom floor. Older kids, at that time I was with the older kids, 13-year-olds, so I was on the higher floors. We would go up to the rooftop where they had a fenced-in roof with a really big playground and a pool, right? Because in New York City, we build up, right? The real estate is vertical. So there's sometimes not room for playgrounds and stuff like that, and also gardens, so they'll put them up on the rooftop. You'll see that a lot in New York. From the highways, from the BQE, you'll see rooftop gardens. When I was living in Arizona, guys, I missed New York so much that I sat down and just started writing, and it was a poem, and it rhymed. 21 pages. 21 pages later, I felt like, okay, I've said what I need to say, right? That's how much this place is in my heart and my soul. It feels like it's in my blood. Every time I leave, I feel like I'm incomplete. When I come back, I feel like, it's just like, same thing with the ocean. That's my other favorite place. When I'm in the ocean, I feel like an ice cube in water, right? Like I just feel like it's me. It's my makeup. It's who I am. And that's how I feel about New York City, And that's what this movie was about with Josh Brolin. Like he did not want to leave New York, and his daughter also didn't want to leave. And the mom moved to Connecticut, and the daughter was like, I don't want to go with mommy. I want to stay with you. And he's like, that's because you're my daughter, right? And we're cut from the same cloth. So this place, it's a great place. But you know what? There's a lot of great places in the world. And, God willing, I'll get to see a lot of them. That'd be great. If there's not a rapture or whatever, who knows where God will take us in our lives. Never thought I would be half the places I've been, I'd love to see France and Germany and Brazil, Guyana, Trinidad, I've been to Puerto Rico. That place was amazing. And, I want to go to Dominican Republic, UK, Australia, India. I've been to India. I lived there for 2 months. Gosh, man. I want to go everywhere, you know what I'm saying? China, Japan. But guys, I believe we're going to get raptured out of here sooner than later. Can you imagine? We're making videos, we're doing what we're doing, and we just get like scooped up in God's ice cream truck. Wow. Fly away. Whew. It's gonna be a good day, guys. I can't wait. So anyway, let me put you on pause. I'm gonna take you guys over to Teardrop Park if you want to check that out. Maybe I'll make another video. So yeah, guys, check this out. What? This is in the middle of Manhattan. You believe this? I want to go swimming in there. So sick. All right, all these different plants. You plant lovers, you probably know what some of these are. I'm bad at that. And yeah, wow. Another cool place is the Botanical Gardens in Manhattan, which is up near the Bronx. I think it might be in the Bronx. And that's just a slice of untouched American wilderness. Okay, it's back since the natives. It's exactly as it was when the natives were here, untouched. Amazing. That's there, and also in Brooklyn Prospect Park, you have Botanical Gardens there. They also have the Chinese cherry blossoms out there, which are super nice. Actually, got some cool big grass, and yeah, it looks like you're in like Japan or China or something. So cool. And then over here, we got the waterfall. Yeah, it's really nice. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Thank you guys for coming on this trip with me, and there's more to come. Keep coming back. Jesus loves you. Peace.